time to go through my February goals, the idea of not shrinking yourself to make others feel comfortable. It is finally time to film my favorite video of the month, which is my monthly reset routine. First things first, I want to know how January was for you. What were you up to? We're all friends in this channel, so we need to catch up. Leave a comment down below. Let us all know what you were up to during January. I hope it was a great month for you. Did you set any new goals for 2024? Did you set any intentions? If you haven't done that yet, it's completely fine. You can do it whenever you feel like it. You can do it in February, March. You can do it in August, September, whenever you feel like it. No pressure, no worries. We are just chill in this channel. No pressure. We talk about goals, we talk about productivity, motivation, living our dream life, but we're not going crazy here. We don't want to feel overwhelmed, stressed, not at all. We set some goals, a few goals now, a few goals later, and we slowly work towards them. So let me know how January was for you. I hope it was amazing. And let me give you a little catch up of my January. January was a very quiet month for me, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't a good month. Peace and quiet is always welcomed in my life, and it's actually part of my dream life. We don't want any chaotic energy in our lives. But honestly, the last couple of days I've been feeling a bit lower mentally. And I think it has to do with my hormones, if I'm not mistaken. So during this next month, during February, I want to be very intentional with my routines and with my self-care moments during my days and during my weeks. But I feel like this next month I need to be a bit more intentional with taking time for myself and just to practice self-care more mindfully. So without further ado, let's start with the first section of our monthly reset routine, which is to check last month's goals to see how we did. So I have my goals notebook ready, and let's have a quick look at what I achieved and what I didn't. The first goal was to take pictures on Christmas and on New Year's. So I wanted to take more pictures with friends and family to have them as memories, because a lot of the times I just don't take pictures. I mean, it's good, you live in the moment, but it's always nice to have memories to look back at. And I did do that during January. Where is my little marker? So this first goal is a check. Number 2, prepare a homemade friends dinner. That happened. I did prepare that homemade friends dinner for New Year's, for Christmas Eve. That's when we had this small gathering here in our apartment. The next goal was to put away our Christmas decorations, which I did as well. Of course, imagine February rolling in and I still had my Christmas tree on. Would that be a problem? No. Do you have your Christmas tree still on? If you do, that's fine. But for me, when the end of the festive season arrives, I just want to put everything away and hide everything. The next goal was to book a dentist appointment. We did do that. I'm going to the dentist tomorrow, so that's great that I booked this appointment, because when it comes to doctor appointments, you know that you have to book them, but sometimes you feel like you don't really want to go and you don't really want to pick the phone and book them. But hey, when it comes to our health, our teeth, our body, everything, we need to go to these doctors. We cannot just push these things away because they have to do with our health, which is our number one most valuable thing that we have. So if you need to book any doctor appointments, this is your sign. Pause this video, and if it's not the middle of the night, call your doctor and make that appointment, or even email them. Maybe your doctor accepts appointments like that, so if you don't feel like calling him or her, just send an email. Why not? The doctors that I go to, all of them accept appointments with a phone call, though. My next goal was to walk on my treadmill for 4 up to 5 times each week, which no. This is a huge fail. I didn't do that. I think I was walking on the treadmill once a week, twice a week at all. 0 times. I was not really into my treadmill game during January. I did do some workouts that were also cardio focused, but I didn't walk on the treadmill as much as I would have liked. But it's okay, because a new month is starting and I can focus on my treadmill walking during February. The next goal was to read on my balcony more. This did not happen either. I think that I went out on my balcony to read only one time, guys. Is that embarrassing to admit? No. it is not. Because sometimes we set goals and we don't achieve them. Sometimes we change our mind. And honestly, I just feel like I don't want to go out on my balcony and read. It is so loud. And I know that I had said in my previous monthly reset that I could handle it for a few minutes. I could just maybe create a little nook on my balcony to go out there and read, to maybe just grab a chair from my kitchen and go sit outside. But I just cannot handle all this traffic, guys. I'm living in such a loud neighborhood. We have cars and trucks and everything in between passing by all the time. It is super loud. It makes it almost unbearable to sit outside, at least for me. I am very sensitive when it comes to noise and bright lights. I think that this is something that has to do with my nervous system, if I'm not mistaken, but I just cannot handle too much noise, loud noises, and anything like that. I just can't. And honestly, I'm so thankful for this apartment that we have. I always say that. I'm very thankful for this apartment. But if I had to find any cons for this place, it is the neighborhood. Because it is also a bit of a problem when I'm filming. I need to stop talking every few minutes. Did you hear that? If you have noticed that my videos have a lot of cuts, it is first of all because English is not my first language and I make a lot of mistakes or my accent slips when I'm talking and I don't sound very clear to you, so I need to repeat what I'm saying. And because there are always loud cars and trucks passing by and it sounds very much in my videos. I have noticed that when I'm editing. I have asked a couple of times, I think, in my videos if you think that the audio is okay, and some people say that it is okay. Some people have answered and they say that it is okay, but I really think that I need to buy a microphone. But the one that I want and that I have seen that it has very good reviews is kind of expensive. It's over 100 euros. So at some point I will need to invest in a microphone. But long story short, I didn't read on my balcony this month. And the last goal was to reach 4,500 subscribers, which we did. We did achieve this goal. As always, a huge thank you and a huge shout out to everyone who subscribed, and of course to all my old subscribers for supporting, for watching, for commenting. Your love never goes unnoticed. So let's have a quick look at the number of subscribers this channel currently has. So we are currently 4,650 friends in the channel. So these are some great news. Our community here is slowly but surely growing, which is amazing. Imagine one day we are like 10,000 people here. How crazy will that be? These were all of my January goals. This is how it went. I think I did okay. I didn't achieve everything, but that's totally fine. We cannot always achieve every single one of our goals each month. And I always try to show grace to myself if I don't achieve something. It's not the end of the world. I just love setting a few fun goals for me each month, and goals that are the stepping stones for bigger goals and bigger achievements, but that doesn't mean that I will go panic mode if I don't achieve something. It's completely fine. And now let's set some goals for this new month, for February, for the month of love. You know, we're expecting Valentine's Day very soon. Isn't that how they call February, the month of love? Because we have Valentine's Day coming up. Yeah, let's set some goals for the month of love.
Pick up my phone, I shouldn't check again, but here I go, jealous of all my friends, they've got it figured out, I don't. Stuck on a loop, getting all in my head, so much to do, I can't count the endless hours I've spent on failure prone. Time's always been an enemy, scaring me half to death. I fell asleep at 17 and woke up 30.
Alright, time to go through my February goals. I don't have a lot this month. Then again, I never have a ton of them. I normally have around 6 up to 8 goals each month. I never really have a ton of them. I just like to keep it realistic and I don't want to overwhelm myself with 20 different goals for one month. But let's start and see what I have written down. So, goal number 1, no phone in bed. I want to try this new thing out. New thing for me, not for humanity or for people. This is nothing revolutionary, but I want to not touch my phone as soon as I get into bed. Like a lot of people, I tend to scroll a bit on my phone before I fall asleep, and this is scientifically proven that it is not good. It's not good for our sleep quality. So I want to stop doing that. I don't want the last thing that I have seen before I have fallen asleep to be the screen of my phone. I have been trying it out already for the past few days and it's going okay, but let's see if I'm going to stick with it throughout the whole month. The next goal is to finish reading 2 books. I'm currently reading The Millionaire Next Door and I'm listening to the audiobook of A Court of Mist and Fury. So I definitely want to have finished these 2 by the end of February, and ideally I would love to start another book by the end of the month. Then my third goal is to consume more protein. I am a person who is working out. I definitely don't consider myself an athlete, but I am a pretty active person. I work out 3 up to 4 times each week. Then on the days that I'm not doing an actual workout, I try to take walks outdoors on the treadmill. And generally, we all should consume enough protein, but specifically if you are working out, you need to increase your protein intake. And I do know that through my basic and everyday diet that I don't consume enough protein. So I'm trying to drink protein smoothies, protein shakes, but a lot of the time I just don't make them because I feel like by the time that I finish my workout, it is time for me to prepare dinner and eat dinner. And sometimes that protein smoothie might already fill me up. And I don't want to have a protein smoothie as my dinner and my meal. I want it to be more like just something to supplement my diet. The next goal is to fight the urge to go on my phone. So another phone related goal. Let's be real, it's 2024. We're all glued to our phones. We're all trying to take social media detox days and try to not scroll as much, or some of us try to not scroll as much, because I know that a big variety of people just scroll mindlessly and do not even care that they have a very, very high screen time. But I care. I don't want to be that type of person. I don't want to reach the end of my life and to have wasted so many days of my life just scrolling and being on my device. And most of the times I have noticed that there is nothing for me to do in my phone. I just grab it automatically. Grab it, go into, I don't know, Goodreads, open it, close it, grab it again, and that never stops. You know, it's like a circle that never stops. I want to remind myself that, girl, don't touch your phone, put it aside. You don't need to check anything. You just checked it half an hour ago. There is nothing new. You haven't missed anything. Nothing important has happened. So put your phone aside and continue living your freaking life. And I had this goal a few months back, I think. This is not the first time that I've written this goal down. And I remember that it helped me. I think that it did help me, keeping in mind that I have this goal, because writing these goals down and sharing them with you, in a way, it keeps me accountable. I know that I might not achieve everything, but I try to achieve most of the things. I know that you're not going to be disappointed if I come here next month and I tell you that I didn't achieve this goal, but it's always nice to show you that if you set a goal, you can achieve it, and not because I am someone special. I am just a regular diggler person, so if I can do it, you can do it as well. So I want this message to come across to you. That's why I love having monthly goals as well. It just keeps me accountable towards myself. I try to show up for myself through that goal. The next goal is to update my channel picture. So my channel's picture here on YouTube. I've had this profile picture, the one that you see in that little circle in my channel, since 2019. Do I look the same? Pretty much, but not exactly. And I just feel like this channel needs a little bit of a refresh through the profile picture. I'm not going to change anything else. I don't know if I'm ready to say goodbye to that picture, because as I said, I've had this picture since 2019 when I first started this channel. So I have kind of a emotional attachment to that picture. Seeing my channel and seeing that picture first thing, it just reminds me of the time that I started my channel. But I think that it's time for a fresh start, if I could put it that way. My next goal is to reach 4,800 subscribers, and the last goal is to arrange a date night with my boyfriend. So me and my boyfriend have this thing that we do. When it comes to our date nights, we say that 1 month you are going to arrange one date, next month I'm going to arrange one date. We obviously have more than one dates during the month, but we have this specific habit that during this month I come up with a date idea, and during the next month you come up with a date idea. So these are my February goals. As always, don't forget to leave a comment down below to let us know one of the goals that you have for this new month. It's always nice to share goal ideas with everyone here in our community. I normally take this off my tea, but I will keep it in today because my tea is not that strong. I think I needed to use some more tea leaves, but I didn't. It's still pretty good. It's a lemon verbena tea. Also, do you add honey in your teas? I sometimes do, but I mostly don't. I like to drink them with no honey. But I have my laptop right here because we're going to have a look at my February vision board, vision/mood board. If you're new to my channel, I create monthly vision boards. So every month I have a new mood board, vision board with pictures that just represent my goals or just the mood that I want my month to have. So let's have a look at my February vision board. So for the base, for the background, I chose a pink color because pink is one of the colors of Valentine's Day. So in representation of Valentine's Day, I just chose the pink color. Also, again, if you're new to my channel, I leave the left side of my mood board blank. So I use just a solid color because I use my mood board as my laptop's wallpaper, and that's the side that have my icons, and I don't like my icons being on top of other pictures. It doesn't make it very clear for me to see them. I am weird like that. I want my icons to be on top of a solid color. So the first picture is a picture that represents the no phone in bed goal. So I want to make sure that in my bed I will have it as a quiet, relaxing space with no devices, no laptop, no phone, and I just want to prioritize to maybe just read on my bed or drink something, drink a cup of tea on my bed, and not having my bed being a space where I use my phone at. For the second picture, I wanted to choose a fun, cute photo that represents Valentine's Day. Not that I'm going to make any heart-shaped pink frosting cupcakes, but I definitely wanted a picture that represented Valentine's Day on my mood board. It has been a while that I haven't stepped my foot in a library or a bookstore. So that's what the third picture represents. Maybe I will take myself on a date this month and I will go to a bookstore to not buy new books because I'm doing this low buy challenge where I told myself that I'm not going to buy full priced new books. If I find a book that is very well discounted, I might get it, but I don't have to get something to get a new book in order to go to a bookstore. I just love hanging out at bookstores and browsing the books. In the next picture we can see a girl with a really cute workout set, and she's having, I think, a salmon bowl. So that represents the more protein goal that I have for February. I chose a little quote that says, "Note to self, stop shrinking for the comfort of others." I just love this, the idea of not shrinking yourself to make others feel comfortable. If you are in a friend group, a room, surrounded by people that you feel that you have to shrink yourself in order to make them feel good and them comfortable, get out. This is not the friend group to hang out with. This is not the environment to be in. You want to grow and thrive and achieve everything you want to achieve, and by shrinking yourself and making yourself feel smaller and be smaller in order to make other small people feel comfortable and good about themselves, that's a huge no. Please don't ever do that again. If you have ever done it, if you're still doing it, please, please, please don't do it. I believe in your strength, and I know that you can grow, and I know that you can achieve everything and anything. So don't shrink yourself and your capabilities to make other people, small-minded people, comfortable. That is one of the worst things that you can do when it comes to your overall growth and your overall happiness and confidence. Be loud, be bold, and by being loud, I don't mean to be obnoxious and loud in that kind of way, but take up space, show others that you are who you are and you want to grow and expand and evolve, and don't try to play small in order to make another person who is playing small feel good about themselves. You're not in charge of how other people feel. I'm never encouraging anyone to be rude, disrespect other people, make them feel bad about themselves. But by being yourself and going after your dreams, your goals, and living your authentic life, if by doing that someone else is feeling threatened and uncomfortable, you're not going to shrink yourself and you're not going to belittle yourself in order to make them happy. Nuh-uh, we're not doing that. We're throwing this energy out of 2024. Evolve, expand, take up space, and if someone doesn't like that, well, that's their problem. I have started reading the ACOTAR series, so I am currently in book number 2, A Court of Mist and Fury, like I mentioned before, and that's exactly what this next picture represents. And the last quote that I chose says, "We cannot become what we want by remaining what we are." So since it is also the start of a new year, you might have set some goals for yourself and you might have a specific vision in your mind of who you are going to be by the end of this year. I know that you can achieve it, definitely, but you need to start taking small steps towards that goal and towards becoming that person. We cannot become the best version of ourselves by continue doing the same old things and following the same old habits. We need to step it up and start adding new habits, new routines in our everyday life in order to become who we really want to become. Alright, it is finally time to mention my monthly favorites. I only have a few of them for this month. So first things first, favorite number one is of course going to be a book. It's going to be the book of Court of Thorns and Roses. This book surprised me very pleasantly. At the beginning I was about to DNF, to not finish the book, to just leave it aside, but then a few people told me to push through, and thank you to these people because now this has become one of my favorite books ever. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. It is a very good book. You just need some time to get into the storyline, to just move along into the story. I think that it becomes more interesting around the middle of the book, and further along it becomes very good, at least for me. So I have a feeling that this whole series is going to be one of my all-time favorite series, but we will see. I haven't finished the rest of the books from this series. Favorite number 2, the new pair of PJs that I got on sale from H&M. I have them right here. So this is the top. These are the bottoms. I will have also a picture of me wearing the PJs on the screen so you can understand how they look like a bit better. I'm not sure if they're still available. I will have a look into that, and if they are still available, I will link them down below. But they are very comfortable. They're also surprisingly warm. When I'm wearing them, I feel like they are warming me up. And the material is not even that thick, but still they keep me warm. Obviously I might layer another long sleeve top underneath that flannel, but still they are pretty warm, comfortable, soft. I love the whole style of them. I wanted plaid PJs for a long time, and I knew that I didn't want them to be red because red plaid just reminds me of Christmas, which is lovely, but I wouldn't necessarily choose to wear them throughout the rest of the months. And for favorite number 3, I'm going to mention a few songs that I have been listening to non-stop. I'm not going to mention brand new songs. These are not just new releases. These are just songs that I have been loving listening to the past month. So favorite song number 1 is called Lacy by Olivia Rodrigo. I have been listening to that song non-stop. It's so beautiful, haunting, but if you listen to the song, you will get the vibe and the energy of it. It's just lovely. Song number 2 is called I Remember Everything by Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves. I apologize for mispronouncing pronouncing names, but I have been loving listening to that song as well. Then the next song is by Isabel La Rosa and it's called Older. Amazing, bomb, great song. And the last song that I have been listening to non-stop is by Aryan Shah, and it's called Renegade. A very good song. So these are some of the songs that I have been listening to non-stop. And that brings us to the end of this monthly reset, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. As always, give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new to this channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, friends.
Strawberry color in your cheeks, and covering, wondering if your blush was made for me. Your eyes, ancient amber eyes, bright like forest fires, keep burning high in this fallow heart of mine. But I'm